Well, how's that for a smooth start? Good Lord. This is crazy. Oh, Shauna, let me tell you, I was about to give it up. Ay, ay, ay. When I got in here on my, the window you get where it tells you to put in, your cameras, enable chat and all that. Hey guys, down at the very bottom, it said two things. Now I probably can't find it again. I shut that window down, but it said something like classic live stream and a button down the bottom, and then a button next to it. Was it a help button? I don't know what it was. It was two buttons, but that classic live button was overlaying the blue live button, and it just looked like the classic button had a blue outline to it, the way it was showing. Sweet Jesus. Click on your live chat. I did. Can you hear me? Hey, Eileen, haven't seen you for a while. Hey, Jean. Yep, it was hidden by another button. I just saw a thin blue line that looked like it was like a shadow or a what's that called? Like an offset to the other one. Sweet Jesus. I was about to pull the plug on that one. But what the hell did they change now? Nothing. Just the button that's laying over my other button. That could have something to do with my screen size too. The way it was. Although I had it full screen for my laptop. But anyway, good Lord. Hi, guys. I haven't been here for a while. I just put some pictures down here to try to get some inspiration. Lord knows I need it. I'm not going to do much today because my brain isn't up for it, but I am going to Tori, hi from Ireland. Welcome. Sorry it took me so long to get started. Let me cut this off of here. I haven't touched a brush and I don't know how long, other than swatching out a few new watercolors that I got from a new Etsy seller that I found on Instagram that are really nice. And then I'm not, good Lord. Everything seems to be more difficult than usual. Apparently I can't talk and do anything at the same time anymore. Or see. Been a rough couple of months, I gotta tell you. Okay. I was going to have this all set up, but Paul, hey, Joan let you join us. That was so nice of her. Here's some of the new colors I got from Peachy Press. They're on Instagram, and I found her Etsy shop and ordered a few. And then she sent me, this is actually heavy cardstock, little flower with some little embellishments on it, and some swatches. She sent me 4 little swatches in with those. And most of her colors are like a duo color. Yeah, right, Jean. Yep. Yep, they decided that was from the stress of watching Chelsea go through that the second time after she lost the first one, but this time I was all good. Oh, I know, Ingrid. I've taken some classes with her. Kathy, a number of years ago when I used to go down to Art and Soul in Virginia Beach. I haven't been there for a while. I should check it out again, I guess. Yeah, they had one instructor there that was, I've never written a letter in my life about anyone or anything that's ever happened. I wrote a letter about that one. They offered me to come back for free. They'd pay my way if I would come back. And I just was so pissed off about it. I haven't been back since, but that was only one instructor. The rest of them I've taken there were great. Yeah, when I first started doing them, I sent her some. Yeah. That's good to know she remembers. So, anyway, just to get me loosened up, I'm going to swatch these again on this different paper and see how they look. This is a Arches block, I think. Yeah. I am so out of practice of everything. I've been sick for 2 months on top of trying to take care of my mom. And I did get a new container for my brushes as I'm reaching for a brush. Squirrel. But working full time and trying to take care of my mom and being sick. I had the flu, type A, April 1st, then bronchitis, then sinusitis, and then most recently a sinus infection, and have been so run down and tired and weak. I missed 2 trips to Montreal to see Cece. Had to cancel both of them. I was supposed to go last week for work. Had to cancel work trip. And anyway, it's a long story, but I mean, I'm all right. It's just worn me to a nub. But Dave and I were in Home Goods not long ago, and I have all these mason jars with brushes in them, but the necks on them are so small, and I have a number of brushes. I don't need any more brushes, Patty. So anyway, I got this little hooding at Home Goods. Thanks, Tori. I know, right, Shauna? I think my immune system is so smashed at the moment that anything that flies by me, it just takes root. And I finally slowed down with my coughing. I've been coughing like up a lung for 2 months. And yesterday, now that I'm talking more, I know I'm going to start coughing again. But anyway, I got this little ditty for my brushes. And I want to try to find, that's probably a good size. But I've been able to separate them a little bit more meaningfully that way. Let's see. Let me put some clean water on these. And these, again, these are Peachy Press. She was really sweet. When I placed my order, she sent me a message right away to ask me what colors I prefer. So she could send me some swatches. And I didn't see the email because I haven't been checking everything regularly since all this is going on. And she was ready to ship it, so she just picked some out of the blue and shipped them. And look what she sent me, all purples and cool colors for the swatches. So that worked out well. Yeah, I did start adding a multivitamin. I started making a concerted effort to eat better all the way around. $5,000 a day of C. Do you take? It keeps focusing in and out. Yeah. I don't have anything colored in there. Let's put this up here. See if that'll help. Wow, that's a lot. I remember back in the day, way back, when I used to take vitamins regularly, when I was younger and able to work out all the time and doing a lot of work at the gym and running and lifting weights and all that kind of good stuff. Yes, believe it or not, that's true. It used to break me out when I would take vitamin C every day, and not near that much. Well, I just found out you guys know my knees are bad, and I had a problem with my neck and a pinched nerve down my right arm that put me in a hospital about 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago. And that was from degenerative discs in my neck. C4 to 7 are pretty much, they're not good. They're pretty bad. And the doctor, the neurosurgeon that was seeing me for that, she gave me some meloxicam to take for an anti-inflammatory for the pain. I've had several spinal injections of steroids, 3, I think. And God, I can't focus. Yeah, I think I had 3 spinal injections of steroids and still not feeling well. And they want to do spinal surgery and fuse that one of the vertebrae. And there's one of the vertebrae growing an extra chunk of bone that's kind of screwing up things. Anyway, she gave me a meloxicam to take. Ooh, that one's cool. I haven't swatched these yet. She gave me some meloxicam to take, which I've been taking for months. And right after I started taking it, I thought, holy crap, my knees. Oh, did you, Kat? Yeah, I've had a friend that's had that done, and actually her fusion broke. We were in Italy on vacation together, and she stepped off of a sidewalk and thought it was a step down, and it wasn't, and jarred herself and broke the fusion. Yeah, and had to come back from vacation and go back in and have it redone. That wasn't pleasant. But anyway, I'm trying to postpone surgery as long as I can. So she started me on meloxicam, and it really helped my knees. My knees were hurting so much less. I mean, I still couldn't go down the steps like a normal person would. I still have to go kind of one at a time and sideways, but I could go with a lot less pain and a lot quicker than I was going. So I stopped the meloxicam 2 days ago, and already I'm in a lot of pain. My neck's uncomfortable. My knees are not good. Really, I'm back to the old lady getting up off the chair, and where I was kind of like getting up from a chair and just taking off walking right away. So, oh, hang on, guys. Dave just came home. You're home already?
Yeah, stop by CBS and we'll put it in the refrigerator.
I thought the game wasn't it at 2?
2:30. I stopped by CBS.
Oh, you haven't gone there yet. Okay, I thought you were going to the game. Okay. So these are Peachy Press CB, and this one is lavender. This one is, what is that? London. A lot of her colors are city names. That one's London. I'll show you these up close when they dry. When they dry is when you really see the difference. Nola. That one's called Nola, Nola. And this one is Ube. I think Xandra put a link up earlier for her Etsy shop. Etsy searches are so hard lately. I don't know what the hell is up with their way you can search things on there. This one, I really, really, really like this one. Eileen, this one's for you. This is a really bright, it looks more orange on screen. It's definitely a coral, but it's more pink than the orange you're seeing on the screen if you're seeing what I'm seeing. But it's beauty-mous. And this one's called Malibu. Oh, Filipino dessert ready with purple. Yeah, well, then that makes sense. Now I know what that means. This one is called Maui. This one was pretty too. I feel like I'm, hang on, let me zoom out a little bit and see where I am. Something seems, I think my camera, oh, my camera's bumped in. Hang on. I don't know how this thing gets moved. There must be mice that come in here at night and move my damn camera back. Okay. Is that Devon? Hi, it's a new name. Welcome. Hey, Jan. Who's that? Baby, come here, babe. You want to come lay down with mommy? Come on. We gave Babe a bath in the tub this morning, in the shower. Come here, baby. You can stay with mom. Oakley cannot. He would be into everything. He had a bath yesterday. Oh my God, we took him to this place. It's a pet store that has a washing station in the back. She can get in. She's right here. Come here, baby. Come on, go lay down. There you go. That's a nice girl. Oh, now you're going to the... Okay. Okay, cool. I misunderstood you before. Oh, she's out again. Is the basement door open, hon? Upstairs? Okay. She's not staying. There's too much going on here. Hey, Gayla! Oh, my mod extraordinaire is here. Is your cape on and out away from the dry cleaners now? Pink is not a color. Look at your flamingos in Florida. It is. Yeah, my brain is just too scattered lately. I don't know why. I just can't. I don't concentrate like I used to. I think I'm falling apart. This one is called Pike's Place. Instead of Pike's Peak, it's Pike's Place. This one is called Pitaya, Pitaya. That means something, and I forget what that means. Is that another name for some kind of a fruit, was it? Or vegetable? I remember reading it somewhere, but I couldn't tell you now what it is. I may whip some of these with some other stuff on some Yupo after I get done here. I need something very mindless to do, as you can tell. Jean, you would like this one, and Eileen. This reminds me very much of, is it Rachel Beth that has the leprechaun? Shamrock. Leprechaun or I think it's leprechaun. This reminds me of leprechaun. I don't know, maybe they use the same pigment. And this one is called PNV. And I think that's another town that's abbreviated it. I don't remember. P like Patrick, N like Nancy, V like Victor. PNV. It's really pretty green. I don't know, I'm coming around to liking greens more. I never disliked them. I do dislike some greens. I'm not a big olive fan unless it's really used in a specific prenatal vitamins. Prenatal vitamins. Oh, PNV. I'm not sure that's what they meant by it, but that works. This one is called Ginza. This is like a green red shift. Let those sit for a minute. I'm the only one that can get messed up using watercolors. Oh, so Babe decided to come back. She had to come back of her own volition and think it's PNW. Hang on, maybe so. Darn if it isn't. I had a drop of watercolor. How does this happen to me? I had a drop of watercolor sitting over the label. Are they that color? Maybe that's what it is, Jan. And I got these three. I have a lot of hydrocolors, and I got these three in recently. This one here is a color shift. I wanted to play with these a second here and swatch those, see what they look like. Who makes the paint? Here you go, Tori. The link right below your comment. Peachy Press makes those, and they're still pretty wet. But I'll show you those when they dry is when you really can see the beauty. This one is called Gypsy. Usually I'll let this water sit on these a little bit longer. Excuse me. Please don't start coughing again. I know, Eileen. I can hear you. Without commenting, I can hear what you're saying. This one's Rhiannon. Rhiannon. I think this was one of the colors in a Stevie Nicks set that she did. This is WaterColor for these. She's on Instagram and Etsy too. Oh, there you go. That's why. And this is called Phoenix. This is one of her color shifts. And she's got a really cool color getting ready, two of them getting ready to come out. One of them is called Hologram. Is it Z? Hologram. I think it's Hologram. And the other one is Liquid Chrome. So I'm anxious to see. I did see those on her Instagram stories. And I'm sure they're going to be must tries. This one kind of twinkles. I love the twinkle. It must be more humid down here than usual. Because these are still not dry. I'm going to dry them. So we can move along and do something else fairly mindless. Where the hell is my plug? Oh, there it is, stuck in another drawer. That makes sense. Excuse me. Hey, gun. Hey, Dot. Is that a new, unusual typing style you're trying out there, Dot? All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's dry. That's London is that green blue one there. Focus. Come on. Give me a little bit. That was kind of a blue purple shift. Not gonna focus. This one is like a pinky purple. There we go. Oops, started. This one, I don't know. This is kind of subtle, but it's so pretty. It settles where you can see the mica is like a a pink color against that coral paint. It's hard to capture the difference. It's really bright. There you go. You see a little bit of that pink in there? And here's that green that reminds me of the other one. Isn't that pretty? That one's kind of a green on green, but a bluish tint to it. And there's your prenatal vitamins. And then, hey, Mike. Teal. I love teal too. And this is Gypsy by WaterColor. Focus, please. And this is the Rhiannon. I'd have to sing the song to say it right, I guess. You don't want that. Trust me. Come on. Focus, you. There you go. You see that shift in that one? That's the Phoenix. That reminds me a lot of one of the pigments I got from Tokyo. Really pretty. So I want to move these out of the danger zone a little bit. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. I got this a while back. And you guys have seen stuff that she sent me before. This is from my friend Sue. Oh, wow. I would love her to be able to stream. She's from Wales. Her name's Sue, and she sends me this stuff every once in a while. It is gorgeous. And you guys see me show this before. But look at this little card. Look at the texture in that. It's so pretty. She wrote me a little note in there and sent me this little East of India. It's hard. It's hard. Like I can't bend it, whatever it is. It's like an ATC size. Bearer of this ticket is entitled to the fabulous treat of breakfast in bed. I guess she gave me this to pass on to Dave. But look at these other ones that she sent me. And she sent me these so that I can use them with the envelopes. Handmade by Sue Evans. She makes these. They're stunning. Camera, you're really hacking me. There we go. Look at that. Put these back in their covers so I don't mess them up. So we've got some teal in there. You know what I like, but look at that texture. I would love to see her stream and do this. Sue, if you're listening, you got to do it for us. I mean, I'm feeling it and seeing it in person. I think some are watercolor and some are acrylic, I think. But, oh, look at this one. I guess that's a stencil. How the gold is on the outside. This purple is raised. You can probably see that. That's raised. But the gold is around the edges of that, not on the top of that. So that's kind of different the way she did that. It's really pretty. They are gorgeous. That's what goes with this envelope. I'm going to put these out of harm's way. That there should do it. I get broken finger. Were you using it inappropriately? sorry. Oh, I got this little ditty a while back. You guys may have seen this on Instagram. I've not played with it. I've only ever opened the lid. I've never even taken it out of the box, which tells you my current state. I don't even remember how to put the damn thing together. I have to go back and look at the, but you basically can use it to make all different sorts of and sizes of, does that go there? Probably not. I don't know where that goes. You know, make circles like this, or get out of the way, or like this. But it does all kind of other different things with these different curves. And there's different shapes in there to use. If you see this on Instagram, it's really cool some of the stuff that they can do with this little rascal. I have to go back and look at the video to even see how to use it, to tell you the truth. This one's simple. This one I'm not really sure what we do here. I don't know. I mean, that you can do. You don't want to just drag them like that. This is like I don't know. That can't be the right way. So before I screw it up too bad. Hey, Amalia. Not much. I just did some swatches from a new watercolor vendor that I found. I have to look back at, and it doesn't have any instructions or anything with it, so probably doesn't need instruction. I just don't have the brain power to figure it out at the moment. These are the ones I was showing earlier from Peachy Press, Amalia. And these three on the bottom are from WaterColor. That's what I was showing. That's all. You didn't miss much. But I'm going to, no, babe, I'm going to move. You know what, Jan? It doesn't have any branding on it, and I don't remember. But I've seen several different companies have a very similar thing on Instagram. It's probably all the same thing. They just market it for different names. If I can look back and figure it out, I'll let you know. Maybe if I look back at my PayPal account, I can figure out what the hell it is and who I bought it from. Okay, let us move on to something simple that my brain can handle today. Yupo might even be a little too tricky, but we're going to give it a try. See if I remember how to do this. I just need something simple, like my mind. All right, what watercolors do I want to use? I think that's my CC palette. Creamer, I want the creamer. And I think I'll just bring out my, what's this? Just some of my standard favorite colors. I can't think too hard today. Yeah, a little bit. Amalia, thanks. The coughing has slowed, which is huge. I was hacking up a lung. Let's try some of these. Oops. He's all loosey-goosey. Now I only need a couple of these. I want a little bit bigger brush. A little bit bigger. I know how to do it. I want my big wheel. God forbid you rearrange around here. Oh, Lord. I love this thing, but it do take up a lot of room. How did I do this before? Get my palette out here. There you are. Oh, look at all the different colors that's splattered all over here. Actually, I think that's mostly rose gold. So that won't really matter because we'll be slinging some of that too. Get a couple of my liquid favorites. Yeah, just a few. Oh, God. Violet and juniper and saddle. All right, I'll try a couple of these too. These are some of my favorites of the Doc Martens Radiant watercolors. Violet, juniper green, and saddle brown. Juniper green is one of my all-time favorites. These are very concentrated. Let me put this away. I don't think I have room for it. This is a palette that I made when we went last year after my art retreat. 9 of us went to New York City and went to Kramer Watercolors and got to use all their pigments and put together our own blends of stuff. Of course, I did on mine all shimmery. All right. Let's just dive in, shall we? Yeah, everybody, Z's going to stream at 4 o'clock today, Eastern, so in 2 hours. I'm only probably going to be on for another hour. Dave just left to go to see his, it's not really his grandson, but ish. We don't know what to call him, but that's the closest thing. He's in have a soccer game today. I went with him yesterday, and we took Oakley. Oh, Lord. That's why I'm not going today. He was a handful, but only because there's 1,000 kids running around kicking balls in front of his face. He's only a little over a year old. So do the math. He wore Mama out. All right, let's go with, what is this? I think this is a Holbein called Marine Blue. And I'm just going to get some paint down here and see what happens. If I even remember, like I said, brain, not great. Let's put some, this is core dioxazine purple. This looks great on here, and see how dark that is? And watch it push into that turquoise because it bullies other pigments. But it dries like a pinkish color on the Yupo, which I'm not wild about. And I don't have a thing about pink like Eileen does. You just start coming up for the month of July, CB. Patty, did you order the new graphics? Oh, God. I don't even know what that is off the top of my hand. Mods, pay attention. What is that? What is the graphics? I don't remember what that is. And it's like in my head that I should know that, but it's not coming to me. I'm going to put a little bit of rose gold in here too. See what happens to that. See? The new name, XX. That's what I would guess. CB. Let's put a little bit of this juniper on here. Who knows? I may be too, Jan, at this rate. I put that all the way across because that's doing some cool things in there. Actually, that purple's activating and pushing back into this. This is the juniper green. And let's get some lunar blue in there. Lunar blue is pretty cool. And you just, with the Yupo, you just have to blob it like this. Like you guys know I can't draw. So this is more my thing. With the abstract stuff. But on Yupo, it just moves wherever it wants to go and lets the pigments are the boss. I'm going to get this wet. Throw some lunar black in here. Lunar black, this breaks apart really cool. I have one hanging on my wall that I did last summer. You guys in Maryland will remember. I did it when I did the demo of how to do this project and mount it on wood. And I really liked how that came out. But this got a big section of lunar black in there that looks so cool the way it broke apart. It's very granulating. Azure, hello. It looks, let me try to bring in a little bit because it does look pretty cool. Oh, wrong way. As you see these pigments start to granulate, let me move it up a little bit. I can't get almost the whole thing in frame. Let's try some of this violet. This is another radiant color here. All right, let me get another. I'm going to go with some Pacific Lagoon, which is a creamer pigment. It's that one that changes from a green to a turquoise to a blue. And it's really pretty cool when you see what it does. when it dries down. It really puts a flash in the papers. Put a little, get a little of that off there. Azure, this is a piece of Yupo paper. And I was just looking for something mindless to do because I don't have much brain power these days. And I am putting some watercolors down on the Yupo and kind of let them dance and do their thing. See how light this gets? As strong as that dioxazine goes on there, it really lightens up. And I'm going to try to push a little more pizzazz in there with some rose gold. I'm using a mix of Daniel Smith, Kramer, and Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiance in this one, Z, so far. These are all mixed up. But this black, oh, that looks really cool with that. I'm going to put a little more of that in there. That, can't say it. Crap. Pacific Lagoon by Kramer. That's a really cool pigment. I'm going to see if I can lift this up to show you guys this with what's happening right here. Or maybe, can I zoom in enough? Because I don't want to lift it, because this is wet and it just lays on top of this paper for a while and keeps doing stuff before it settles down and dries. Now, can I do this without really hosing myself up here? You got to get pretty close to this to see it. See where that lagoon is laying in the, see what the black's doing? That's just lunar black, how that's breaking apart and looking all peppered. And I can't tilt it, but you can see the purple. I'll show you later when it's dry. You can see the purple and the turquoise and that lagoon pigment flashing on that at different ways. Pull you back out a little bit. Ooh, okay. All right, that's about as much as we're going to get in there. That looks pretty cool, actually. So let's go back into here and see what, give me some of my fallow turquoise, one of my old standby faves. As you can tell, most of you know that these are my colors, which I default to, especially when I'm not functioning on a high enough level to make a different decision. But I just kind of shift from the purple to a teal to a purple to a teal. Let's get some Amazonite, whatever you are. I'm going to let a little bit of water sit on that for a second. But you can see where this turquoise is pushing into this purple, and see how streaky everything's looking there. The pigments, it's so cool that they just keep moving. I'm going to put more lunar black over here. They keep moving until they're dry. So you think you know what you're going to get, and that's not always true. And I just try to get the rest of the pigment off my brush, basically, because as you can see, what this did down here, it looked like that, but it kind of like levels itself on the Yupo as it's settling into place. And this one granulates, so there's a lot of that going on there. Put a little of this around it. This is that Pacific Lagoon too, again. I love the way this dioxazine pushes the pigment, but then it gets so pale. And it's not my fave when it does that. Let's get some lunar blue, which is much like the lunar black, but it's got I think it's fallow turquoise and lunar and black, the black that's used in lunar black. But they break apart really cool. Almost looks like when this settles, it'll look kind of like turquoise with pepper in it, which you can't see it, but I can see it over there where I put that little bit. That's breaking up lighter. I'm going to put some more pigment in there. Ooh, look at that moving around. That would not do that on watercolor paper. That will only happen on UPO, that you get that kind of movement right away. Where's the greenish blue? This is a, I think this is a Holbein? I don't know. I think it's a Holbein. That's a pretty color too. And watch that, what happens with that black, pushing that around. See what's happening there? And you get all these really cool bleeds. You guys have seen me do this at least 50 times. I'd be willing to bet. Hey, Jillian. I need some purple. Let's put some of this bright clear violet. That's this one. This one is a Schminke, I believe. Schminke. Or maybe not. I think it is. I think it is Schminke. I'm going to go back with a little bit of rose gold. Oh, that's doing really cool stuff in there. I'm going to add some through here. Just let that mix. That's got some really cool veins going through that turquoise. And it pushed that lunar blue into like a line here. It just moved it out of its way. You can't hate that, people. That looks so different than this lunar black looks. Let's see. What else do I want to put in there? Pale gold. No. Oh, Cascade Green. Let's first. Oh, I was going to put an Amazonite in there. That's the one I got lubed up here. Let's go with that. This is a Daniel Smith made out of real gemstones. So it has a little bit of shimmer in it when it dries on its own. I thought that was that new UPO-ish paper you have there. The new UPO-ish paper? I don't know what you mean, Azure. I'm like months behind. Oh, Z, you said something about that I order graphics. What is that? God forbid I miss ordering something. But I haven't been ordering a lot, really. I did order a couple things I had in my Amazon cart for probably close to 2 years. I got for Admin's Day in April. I got some Amazon gift cards. Oh, the graphics is like the UPO. Apparently, I did not. Remind me to do that. This looks like it's resisting there a lot. Like maybe there's something on the paper. Let's get some more of this violet. This is the Radiant. It's funny how some colors dry so much quicker than others. Like this, the Amazonite is almost dry. You know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over top of that Amazonite and put in some Cascade Green. Look at that moving stuff out of its way. I'm the boss. This is a Daniel Smith that breaks down into a, it looks green, but it's going to granulate and have a lot of, wow, look at that. Boy, you're making a mess, Cascade Green. Wait a minute. Hey, what did I miss, Bonnie? I just went back. I'm seeing your comment, Connie. Probably so. I have to go back and try to find the videos and look at that new tool. Glenda, hey. Did you ever finally get your envelope, Glenda, that took me, I don't know, God knows how long to send? I don't see who you were talking to, Jean. Vonnie. I don't see who that was. Trying to, if I could answer her question, but I do not see who that is. This, hey, Kathy, this is, oh, you're welcome. No worries. Thanks. Glad you got it. Look at this did as I turned my head. This completely took over, which I do not like. So I'm going to have to fix that. Yeah, it's watercolor, different watercolors on Yupo, Kathy. Look what that did. I just turned my head for a minute looking at chat, and look what you did. I don't like that. So let's get, let's break that up somehow. Let's get some violet in there and see what happens. Maybe get some rose gold or lagoon. That looks nice and wet and juicy. Let's put some of that down here. Can you guys hear Babe snoring under my desk? That's a little more in control there. I wonder what would happen if I put more Amazonite in there. Look how that even pushed into that piece of lunar black there. Very bossy. Oh, thanks, Jody. Well, some of them are just sitting around here waiting to do something with them. Others I've mounted to like wood panels. Oh, thanks, Eileen. Yeah, I just kind of throw it out there and hope for the best. Lord knows I cannot draw, but yeah, I mean, I've cut up one time for some ATCs, and I have, yeah, mostly on wood mounts actually. I might do some little pieces on cards one of these days. Now look, I turn my head again, and this is getting rather cantankerous over here. Let me, let's see. Let's put some of that bright violet in through here where it's still wet. See what that does. I think we need another batch of lunar black down here. This time I'm going to try to put it down in a big blob and very gradually touch the edge. And it's more obvious what happens to it. See, that's what it's doing kind of on its own, right? But when you bring it up and let it touch here, you can start to see what happens. Some of this is dry already, though. This is wet. I'm going to put a streak of this lagoon through there. Okay, let's go back to this first blue that I used, which was marine. Get some of that down here. That's a pretty turquoisey blue. That's breaking up. Oh, it's making it look like the Pacific Lagoon is getting that peppery look, like when lunar blue and black break art. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, wow, that piece just flooded in there. Sometimes you get a fingerprint or something on Yupo and it just resists the paint. If you kind of scrub it, sometimes you can get it covered over a little bit better. Let's see. Let's get some rosy gold going down the stripe right here. See what happens. That usually makes stuff move pretty well. It's already bleeding into there. I'll let that come all the way down there. It's forming a puddle. I'm going to try to get rid of some of the puddles if I can, so it doesn't take till Tuesday to dry. Oh, God, I know, Z. That weather's killing me. Don't like the heat. Now that, and I don't have hot flashes like I used to. You guys remember I used to get horrific hot flashes. I don't get them like that anymore, but still not great with the heat. This is the juniper. That usually lets the rose gold have its way. Oh, it does. See that pushing through there? Oh, well, that's probably in that glare of that light. Oh, hell. All right, let's see what else. Do I want to put it in the final little hole there? That looks really pretty there. Maybe some lunar blue. have a little bit more of this juniper green. I'm going to try to pick that up and plug that in right there. Trying to hit that light place. Excuse me. All right, that looks like a big old mishmash mess. But it looks pretty cool, actually. Now, how am I going to throw that over there? I need a piece of paper big enough. All right. See if I can show you some of the cool spots without getting the wire in it. See this lunar black and what all's going on over there? With all those little eyelashy wisps happening there. And where that's kind of, that teal kind of went across that lunar black there. And you can maybe see that lunar. I can't turn it the other way where you can see it turquoise or I'll lose all these runs. But see that right here, this dark spot by where my thumb's sticking out? See that lunar blue starting to break into some peppered areas there? So you can see some of the flash of that. See that bright turquoisey flash through here? That's that Pacific Lagoon. And you can see the rose gold starting to flat. It'll be brighter when it dries, and you can really see what it's doing there. See a little bit up here. And by the way, Xandra sells that recipe of the rose gold. And I think, do you sell a Pacific Lagoon, Zay? I know that's an expensive pigment. I don't know if that's, oh my God, if that's one you can, oh, man, I'll tell you what, my knees are not good, not good. Oh, Joan, your package arrived, by the way. Did I tell you that? And the glass tiles came in. Oh, God. Phew, man, my knees are really bad. But, okay, so Xandra, you want to put a link to your shop up there? Most of you guys here probably know about Xandra's shop, but in case you don't, she has a really nice shop with a bunch of stuff, plus some handmade watercolors that she puts together. I'm going to cut this off of here. I'm sure you guys follow CC. If you don't, you should. Creations CC on YouTube and everywhere. And she has a Patreon page. And recently, she's did some just swatches, just drew some circles of watercolors. And I thought, that's something that I can do. She had a kind of a block and just wanted to get warmed up and throw some paint down. And it really turned out cool, as everything she does turns out. I'm not good at cutting these off of here. Glad that wasn't anything but swatches. Really mung this one up. Hey. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, right. The little swatches. I'm figuring even I can probably pull that off. What time is it? 2:30. I have a half an hour. I'm going to stay until 3. Okay, let us see here. Let's do let me use these colors here since I have them on my little palette. Let's use this watered down a little bit. This little bit that I have left. This is such a pretty color. This is juniper green. This is one of the PH Martin Radiant colors. Now, can I even draw a circle? Of course, when Cece did it, she just did little, not such perfect circles. I'm going to put just a little bit of this and drop it in there where it's a little damp. Sound like you had the same cough I have. Oh my God, Debbie, I've been coughing. It's much better now than it was. But I was coughing badly since the end of March. Really badly. Like they wanted me to go see a lung specialist bad. I haven't used this for a while. It's Mayan Dark. Dropping some more of that in just to make it a little bit darker. Let's see, what do we have down here? Let me wet these down here again. Quin Magenta. I'm not making these as wet, so hopefully it'll dry in enough time for me to try to make some marks over top of it. Gail, are you still out there? She scares me when she's quiet. That tells you she's up to something. This is transparent orange. I think it's a Schminke color. I haven't done anything for months, really. Art-wise, I mean. It's like you get brain dead and pick up a brush and like, what am I supposed to do with that? There she is. Hi ho to you. We were worried about your silence. In your case, it's never golden. It's always worrisome. Hey, Linda. That's a new name for me. Good to see you here. I'm just playing, doing something mindless today. That's all the brain power I have to do is something mindless. And to just get me painting again. It's been a long time. What is that? Oh, Amethyst Genuine. Put some of that in there. And that one's, I gotta wet that a little bit and let it sit. Hey, Kimberly. Likewise. Good to be seen. And that one, I gotta wet and let it sit a minute. I forgot that was one of the harder ones to pick up. This is a little marine blue. Oh, bless your heart, Linda, for hanging in through that. Oh my. Definitely an acquired taste. This is Cascade Green. You saw how it pushed everything out of its way on the Yupo. Look how green that is when it first goes down there. I'm just tapping it to try to get more pigment down and get it off my brush. I hate to waste it. Yeah. It's already starting to break apart. Hey, Chris. I'm just doing mindless things today, as that's all the brain power I have. That's a harsh line. I'm going to try to blend that a little bit, see what happens to that. End enthroned. I don't want to put that right next to the other dark blue. This is a pretty dark blue. Gayla, what are you doing in 24 by 24? That seems rather large. Hey, Jane. Howdy to you, neighbor. Oh, you're making a pewter piece. Is that for me? Gayla, you should not have ruined the surprise. Bruce Springsteen has a pink Cadillac. Believe it or not, when I was a little girl, a baby actually, I was born in 57, my dad had a pink Cadillac with white interior. I remember this because we have pictures of it. It had white interior and leather and the big fins on the back. What can I put in there? Let's do this. Let's do some bright opera in there. Do the opposite of that one, kind of. See how that turns out. Let's just do one of just lunar blue and see how that breaks apart. If you guys haven't handled any of these lunar colors by Daniel Smith. It's really cool, the reaction that you get with them. I'll try to let you see it happen as it happens. It's already happening. I try to put some more pigment in here. It goes down looking like it's a dark gray, almost like a Payne's gray kind of look to it. But you can start to see that separate already. Come on. Won't you please focus for me? Pretty please. Oh. Homeschool Gene, if you hear a big crash, it's me throwing my camera through the window. Come on. Oh, you pain in the ass. Let's go back to Cascade Green. I put on quite a bit there, but you can start to see that blue peeking through. This one doesn't shimmer, but it's got a really cool break when the pigment breaks. There you go. See a little bit better. See when it went from that. I'm just making some blobs, Gene, with watercolor, and going to attempt to go back and doodle over some just to try to get my hand and brain going back, thinking about art. I haven't done it for a couple months, really. I'm not holding it still enough. I gave up on that earlier. There you go. Sometimes it will do it, and sometimes it just ain't going to happen. See how light that one spot is down there? It's really cool. Let's just, for shits and giggles, as we say, I'm going to do this as black. This is just furnace black. This is a creamer color, and it's just a flat black, but it's pretty heavily pigmented. That one's kind of smaller than the rest, isn't it? Let me beef you up a little bit. I have no trouble with beefing myself up. You think I could make the circle a little bit brighter. Now let's put in a little teeny tiny bit of this lagoon, Pacific Lagoon. You can't count my vulgar thoughts, Gala. Don't even try. Don't even try. Let's do, this is the Dioxazine Purple by Core. And it's so much different on watercolor paper than how it acts on Yupo. Of course, I'm not letting it push any pigments. It does move. Most of the Core colors move a little bit more than other colors because of I don't know if it's part of the binder or if there's more oxgall in it or what's in there to make them a little bit more moving on the paper. But on the Yupo, it just shoots over and pushes everything out of the way. Oh shoot, I didn't want to put that in that clean water, but I did. I haven't used any of this silver. I put some silver on this and see what it does. See if you can see the silver when it dries down or if it just makes it lighter looking. my favorites. To be honest, it's really nice. Really, really nice. Let's go back to this Amazonite and see what we're going to get there. I know this is boring for anybody watching on YouTube, but this is all I got in me today. Oh, hell. Probably no. Hang on. I'm streaming. Can I call you back? Okay, bye. That was my best friend Gail, as Oprah says. This yellow is really dirty. I don't even know what's in there. Black, it looks like. It's right next to the black. That makes sense. Try to clean that out a little bit. I never reach for yellow. Did you ever notice that? I like yellow. I don't have anything against it. See a little bit of that dark in there. Just for giggles, this is peacock. Let's just drop a little bit of that in and see what kind of pretty green that makes us. I'm going to sit this up here and let that dry for a little bit and do something else. My chat disconnected. Please wait to reconnect you. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Successfully connected. Looks like chat disconnected a couple times, and I don't know why. Oh, Lordy. You know, I just got a few minutes left. I think I'll just show you guys. I told you I got Amazon gift cards for Admin's Day. And I had these. I don't know why I thought I needed more watercolors, but it seemed like a good idea. These have been sitting in my cart for quite some time, and I didn't want to spend my own money on them, but I did. Well, my Amazon card, it was a gift. This is, of course, I can never get a hold of this to open it. Yes, actually. But these are actually very bright and pigmented. I was surprised at how dark they were. Look how dark these swatches are. And then I went back in and dropped water. I liked how some of them reacted. I'll have to try this on UPro sometime. You know what? Maybe for the next few minutes, I will do that. And then let it sit and dry. I'll leave these out here in case I need that. Let's see what these do on UPro. See if they stay that dark. Anyone else? Yeah, Vicki, something happened. Can you still hear and see me okay? Oh, it looks like everybody's off too. Great. All right. Well, you know what? Instead of starting something new now with the technical difficulties, I think I'm just going to call it a day. Sorry, YouTubers. This wasn't much of a day to watch anything, but just going to try to get back on and do something. But there's apparently more technical difficulties, and my chat is down. It says no one's online. I had 40 some people, and everybody dropped like that. So If you can hear me out there, my chatters, I'm going to sign off. And I'll catch you another time. Bye.